Good afternoon. Some breaking news into the WPTV newsroom. A 2-month-old baby missing from Port St. Lucie has turned up dead in the trunk of a car in Coral Springs. This is 2-month-old Josiah Saintil. He was the subject of an FDLE Amber Alert that was canceled a short time ago. Let's go right to Broward County Sheriff Al Lamberti, who is speaking with reporters.
A lot of time today developing intelligence. I can't get into specific intelligence right now. Obviously, everybody can appreciate the fact that we do have a suspect in custody, and obviously we want to do whatever we can to protect the case.
And Chief, just to be clear, at this point you can confirm that the child found dead was 2-month-old Josiah Saintil, and the man in custody is his father, 24-year-old Janice Saintil.
I think we should always, I think at this point it's always good to let the ME make sure we determine who the child is. We know we have a small infant. We believe that we know who the infant is, but I think, the ME should really make that decision.
But based on the license plates, this clearly is connected to that Amber Alert issued this morning.
Yes.
What is the Coral Springs connection? Because we know this all started because they were driving to a Walmart in North Lauderdale. Why did they end up going from that Walmart to Port St. Lucie and then here to Coral Springs?
Well, that'll all come up in the subsequent investigation. Right now, the intelligence that we were able to glean during the day gave us the indication they were probably out in this area. So the sheriff's office personnel and our personnel had different places set up, and actually the car actually drove up on our undercover detective, and as soon as it drove up, he was able to identify the vehicle, the person that looked like the person we were looking for inside the vehicle, and they were taken down. The arrest was made without anybody getting hurt.
What does the mother have to do with, you said the mother's with BSO right now?
Hold on a second, I'm sorry, what?
Why did you have a feeling he was coming here?
Through the intelligence that we had gathered throughout the day. There was I couldn't even tell you how many officers and deputies working on this today.
But if someone lives here that he's connected to, or he has a place here or something?
There's friends in the area, so.
And Chief, it sounds like you found him first, and then subsequently after searching the car, is that when you found
correct.
him?
He was put into custody as he was exiting the vehicle, and a subsequent search produced a baby in the trunk.
And to clarify, the mother, how is the mother connected in all this? Was she one of the ones that was in the armed kidnapping? Was she in the car?
She was in the car with him. There were 4 people in the car. She was one of the victims. The suspect was in the car at the same time, and that occurred in North Lauderdale. So there were 4 individuals: the mother, the father, and 2 other individuals.
So the mother's
among them was the child, just to clarify?
What's that?
Among the 4, one of them was the child.
Well, at that time, we didn't know that there was an infant in the car.
So 2 women, 2 men?
2 women, 2 men.
And just to be clear, you are calling this child's mother a victim.
She was a victim in the car of the armed kidnapping, yes.
Is she in custody at this point? Or
She's not in custody. She's at our building for questioning.
Can you talk to us about Saintil's demeanor when you guys arrested him? Did he say anything? Did he try to flee?
Well, to answer the question before, our officers were strategically located, so when he actually pulled in, the officer recognized him, recognized the vehicle, called for additional resources. There were so many officers by the time that he opened the door that he really didn't have a chance other than just to either give up, or thank God he decided not to fight. But
did he say anything?
Not that I'm aware of right now.
And Chief, just to be clear, you said you cannot confirm the identity of the child, but can you at least confirm the identity of the man arrested as Janice Saintil?
Yes.
Is there a weapon recovered by chance? Any signs of that?
Again, we haven't gone into a lot. That's part of the crime scene. That's going to occur at the medical examiner's office. We've sealed the car entirely, and we're not disturbing the car. It's going to be transported totally intact to the medical examiner's office. At that point, we'll open the car and do some more investigation.
Sure, can you just talk about how difficult it is for your officers to deal with something like this? I mean, a baby in a trunk, they see a lot of stuff, but this has got to be difficult.
Obviously, when you say you've seen it all, this is one of those things. Obviously, it was almost like the baby was carelessly discarded inside the trunk. Total, lack of respect for the baby's life. Very tragic, and it's one of those things. If you're a parent, it's got to tug at your heartstrings.
Sheriff, any sort of...
How did you discover the baby was in the trunk?
I'll leave it to you guys.
Well, obviously, as we go to approach a vehicle, we make sure the vehicle is clear. We knew that there was a missing baby at the time that we had the bolo put out. So as the officers were going through clearing the car, making sure there was no other threats in the vehicle, obviously you stumbled across it.
Any idea of motive at this point? What may possibly lead him to kill his own child?
No. About why it started at the Walmart, there's no indication of that yet. We're into that now, questioning people to find out exactly what the motive was.
So nobody in the car said the baby's in the trunk?
No.
Obviously, the baby is very fragile. Any number of things can go wrong
Yes.
with a baby like that.
Yes. It could be suffocation. It could be heat exhaustion. It could be a multitude of things. That's why we're not commenting on it. It'll be up to the medical examiner to make that determination.
All right. Thanks very much.
Sheriff, there was a woman that you guys had in custody, in cuffs, took her out, uncuffed her, and put her into one of your unmarked vehicles. Was that the mom?
Well, there are two people in the vehicle, and right now we're not really sure, what her involvement is.
She was in the car in question.
There were two people in the vehicle. I wasn't here when you were referring to a particular
20 minutes
person.
ago, she was transferred from.
It's not the mom.
Not the mom.
Not the mom.
Charges on Saintil at this point?
Way too soon.
So we can say he's arrested in custody.
He's in custody. Exactly what the charges are going to be, we'll consult with the state attorney's office and determine what we're going to charge.
And I'm sorry, can you clarify one more time the 4 people that were in the car?
Yes.
So we have the suspect,
Right.
the mother,
Yes.
and who are the other
two other
people?
Don't know exactly who the relationship are. That's what we're trying to determine now.
Can we say that the 4th person was the child in the trunk, or is that considered a 5th person?
That would be the 5th.
Okay.
4 adults, 1 infant.
So here in Coral Springs, there were still 4 adults inside the car you guys found?
No.
Just 2 at this point. 1 male, Saintil, and a female.
And an unrelated, she was not one of the original victims.
Where are the original victims?
Port St. Lucie, I think.
So he released them up there, or they escaped up there, or how did they?
I don't know exactly with Port St. Lucie. They're handling that part of it with the victims.
They grabbed them down here.
Yes.
Took them up there. Somehow they got left behind.
Yes.
He's back down here with a woman who we don't know his relationship with.
He had forced one of the victims to go to an ATM to withdraw money out of an ATM in Port St. Lucie. They're handling that part of it. During that time period, that's when one of the victims was able to signal to the clerk that, hey, this is a kidnapping in progress.
And they were managed to separate themselves.
Yep,
somehow.
and he fled. And that's when Port St. Lucie notified us that we had an armed kidnapping that was initiated in North Lauderdale.
And when he fled, did he somehow pick up this other woman you have now along the way, or was she in the car at the time?
No, she was not in the car at the time, so we got to assume that somewhere along the line she got together. Yeah, it's not the mother, no.
2 other women.
The mother's in Port St. Lucie.
No, the mother's here. Yes. Okay,
thank you.
Thanks, have a good one.
Thanks, Chief.
I'll keep back.
Frankie.
All right, looks like they're wrapping up that press conference there with Broward County Sheriff Al Lamberti and Coral Springs Police Chief Tony Pastizzi trying to figure out the timeline here. The bottom line is Broward County Sheriff's Office confirming again that a 2-month-old baby found dead in the trunk of a car this afternoon. That baby was the subject of an Amber Alert today. Josiah Saintil, the name of that child. Police were looking for his father, 24-year-old Janice Saintil. We do know he is in custody right now. As for the baby's mother, who we were told was a victim of an armed kidnapping from North Lauderdale, she is in custody with the Broward County Sheriff's Office. They are questioning her right now just to figure out, again, the connections between Broward County, Coral Springs, where you saw the car that matched the car, the make and model that was missing from Port St. Lucie earlier today. So again, very sad news to report. A 2-month-old baby found dead in the trunk of a car in Broward County this afternoon. Again, this case stretching from Broward County up through Port St. Lucie. Again, we will start this show right now at 5 o'clock with much more on this case.
Now, from WPTV, this is News Channel 5 at 5. Local coverage you can count on.
And good afternoon, John Shaman in for Jay Cashmere. Today, breaking news, a baby found dead in Coral Springs.
Broward County Sheriff's Office and Coral Springs Police just holding a press conference moments ago. We were carrying that for you live, confirming that the baby is that Josiah Saintil. He was the child that was at the center of an Amber Alert, as you mentioned, John, earlier today. And we are also waiting right now for Port St. Lucie Police to reveal more details of all that led up to this find on the left side of your screen right now. That vehicle being found today and a dead baby found in the trunk of that car. We are learning on the right side of your screen. We're about to hear from Port St. Lucie Police to tell us more about how this all came together today.
Let's give you an idea of what we know right now. Port St. Lucie Police issuing that Amber Alert for Josiah Saintil just before noon today. And again, just over an hour ago, Coral Springs Police finding the body of 2-month-old Josiah Saintil in the trunk of a car. Again, that car matched the description and the license plate number of the one police that we're searching for in that Amber Alert. Let's head up to Port St. Lucie, where police are now holding a press conference there.
Good, Tom.
It's getting ready to go live.
Go ahead, Tom.
Hi there. Thank you for coming.
Are you guys again?
Hi, thank you guys for coming. The Port St. Lucie Police Department has canceled the Amber Alert for the 2-month-old missing child. I'm saddened to say that the child was found deceased in the trunk of a car down in Broward County. This is going to be a multi-agency ongoing investigation. At this time, it's an ongoing investigation. I cannot give you particulars as to what was the cause of death.
Tom, can you walk us through a bit of what happened yesterday and how it ended up here in Port St. Lucie?
What I can share with you all in this moment is an incident occurred down in the Broward County area where the suspect was in the vehicle with several other occupants and a 2-month-old child. At gunpoint, the suspect directed the driver up to Port St. Lucie, where the suspect went to a resident in Port St. Lucie and dropped off the 2-month-old child. Once the child was dropped off, at some time, the father did obtain the child and somehow ended up back down in Broward County. Like I said, the Amber Alert has been canceled, and it has been canceled for the fact that the child was found deceased in the trunk of the car, I'm saddened to say.
Tom, do we believe that we'll have a homicide investigation that originated in Port St. Lucie, or do we believe the child died in Broward County?
At this time, I cannot answer that question. That will be part of the investigation.
Where's the mom?
At this time, I cannot answer. I don't know where the mom is at this time.
Tom, do we know when he dropped off the baby that there was someone in the house with him helping it, or was the baby left alone?
There's a lot of questions that I cannot answer. A lot of these questions you are asking are part of the investigation. So as time goes by, some of those answers will be resolved, and I will be able to answer them.
Can you confirm whether or not? Can you confirm whether or not he even came to Port St. Lucie?
Well, we can confirm at this time, based on the witness statements, that they were in Port St. Lucie. And based on what we know right this moment, that the child was dropped off at a house in Port St. Lucie.
Do you know who the kid was dropped off at?
No, I don't have that answer at this moment.
Do you know which house he was dropped off at?
I'm not quite certain, so I'd rather not say at the moment. I'd rather defer that to a later date to give you an exact location.
Is the family cooperating with you?
This time it's a multi-agency investigation, so Broward County is assisting detectives here in Port St. Lucie.
Is there any motive at all that what started all this?
None at this time, no. Nothing that I can share with you.
Did you recover any kind of weapon?
This is still very early stages in the investigation, so I cannot share with you what was seized from the car, if anything.
Tom, why did it take so long to issue an Amber Alert?
Because anytime there's an Amber Alert that goes out, and especially in this particular case here, there were multiple witnesses that needed to be talked to, and once we found out the child was in danger, then immediately an Amber Alert went out.
But that was 11 hours after these people were dropped off in Port St. Lucie.
Like, again, there were multiple witnesses that had to be spoken to, and then with the multi-agency jurisdiction between Broward County and Port St. Lucie, we've got to coordinate our efforts on the investigation. And once we found out that the child was in danger, then immediately an Amber Alert was put out.
Do you think had the Amber Alert been put out sooner, this child might be alive?
I can't speculate that.
Do you know when the child was found in the vehicle in Broward County, roughly?
I can't give you an exact time, but it was not long ago. If anybody has any other questions for me?
Was the dad at the, I guess, Where was the dad taken into custody?
That was Tom Nichols from the Port St. Lucie Police Department briefing us today on what's been a very active day here in this county as police here search for this missing 2-month-old baby, missing since yesterday evening. Not too far from here, near they thought was the Crossway Park area here in Port St. Lucie. As you know, this has been a day long of searching for them. Many of them, the officers here canvassing a wide area of Port St. Lucie after that report first surfaced earlier today that this 2-month-old baby was possibly left at a home here last night. As you heard, many hours went by between the child was first dropped off here and that Amber Alert was issued today. We now know that the baby was picked up by his father at some point after 10 o'clock last night. That discovery being made earlier this afternoon in Coral Springs to our south in Broward County of the child dead in the back of a trunk there. We, of course, are continuing to monitor things here. We'll have more for you when we see you coming up at 6 o'clock. John, Shannon, back to you.
Alex Sands, thank you so much. We also have a news crew in Coral Springs right now following the developments from the ground there.
News Channel 5's Evan Axelbank joining us live from where police found Josiah Saintil in the trunk of that car. Evan, again, they just wrapped up a press conference a few moments ago there.
Well, yeah, John, and one of the things that the police chief here in Coral Springs said was that this was terrific police work because obviously, as you've been hearing and you can probably tell, this investigation spans several different agencies in Port St. Lucie, here in Coral Springs, and of course the Broward County Sheriff's Office. And one of the things that they have not been able to confirm to us yet is what the connection to Coral Springs is, why the baby ended up in the trunk here, and why the father of that baby brought the child here to Coral Springs. I want to step out of the way real quick here and just show you, first of all, the tremendous scene of people who have gathered to watch all this. And just beyond where all those people are standing there, excuse me as I get out of the way of this car here, beyond where those folks are standing, in that parking lot there, the Palm Terrace Apartments, that is where the vehicle has been found. Now, police have not been able to yet confirm why, or I should say the cause of death of Josiah. Police have not been able to say what, or have not been able to, at least to tell us what his cause of death was. Again, this is still very early in the investigation. They say that the medical examiner is going to come out and remove the vehicle all in one piece and then go and continue their investigation to figure out what the cause of death was. Obviously, one of the things that police officers are very concerned about, and one of the things they pointed out during that press conference, was that this is, of course, a very fragile baby. A 2-month-old baby is fragile by nature. So what the Broward County Sheriff Sheriff said was that any number of things could have been the cause of death here. Obviously, those are very difficult things to hear and to describe, so I will not describe them. But again, still very early on in the investigation here, and right now the suspect in this case is in custody at the Broward Sheriff's Office. We're also hearing that Josiah's mother is in custody at the Broward County Sheriff's Office, though unclear, John and Shannon, what exactly she is in custody for, whether she has been injured, whether she is being interviewed, or whether she is also being considered a suspect in this case. John and Shannon, back to you. I should also let you know that we do have an interview before the baby was found dead with the family members of Josiah, actually with Josiah's aunt, and we're going to get that to you as soon as we're able to get our bearings here and get that up to you.
Evan Axelbank from Coral Springs tonight. Thank you. And stay with News Channel 5 for the latest on the still developing story. We'll have much more live team coverage throughout this newscast. You can always get up-to-the-minute information on WPTV.com.